Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're still working on this John Deere A here, making it into a WA. I don't know if that's really the right terminology, but W is the power plant. This is going to be an A version. So, you can't call it a John Deere A because, you know, everybody would think it would have wheels underneath it. But anyway, I've marked this out the other day before I took it off. I'm going to leave that line plus maybe 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to cut it right down here square. Same on the other side. Once I get this done, I'm going to bolt it back on. And confirm where my mark needs to be back here. And as long as we don't try to put the spring in, which is supposed to be holding that race in, we shouldn't have any problems with fitment. You know, it should just set up there. And yeah, we can see where it needs to be cut on this side, because we may have to come out proud of that back case. You can see there them holes. They're out about probably 1 3/4 inches, 1 3/4, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. So not 100% sure if this right here will get us beyond the realm of our tin and whatnot in the pulley. So anyway, let's see what we can do here. Well, it came in two pretty easy. This is all thin, of course. And yeah, not too bad. I'm going to go and I think this is actually close enough for right now. I'm not going to go back to the... I want to see where this actually lands. And yeah, silicone. And all the silicone, the guy put right over, you know, all the old grease and dirt. It wasn't like he cleaned it good first. It was, like I said in the other video, it was just a half-ass thing. But anyway, I'm going to wash this up and I'll bring you back in a little bit. We'll see how she sets on there. Well, get this all back on. And I'd say that's going to look good time I put a band around it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down with a square. I'm going to come in and I'm going to hold that square off about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch maybe. And wherever it hits up here, I'm going to put a prick punch. And I'm going to come down around. I'm going to mark that. And then, of course, up here we'll cut straight, follow the casting contour, which will kind of come down probably right inside of here for a little ways. It's always hard to tell exactly where you want to be, but you know, we'll figure it out as we go. We'll leave it a little proud like we did over there, and then we can tune it up. It's always deceiving, you know, you think you're right back there, and we still got, I mean, it's going to be almost way back to here time we get done tuning this all up. I got a good 1/2 inch down there to take. Got yeah, 3/4 up there. Yeah, we'll be almost way in here. Especially time we numb it over a little bit and, you know, contour stuff. It won't be bad. We might have this bolt hole shows, but that ain't no big deal. Yeah, I think it's gonna be all right. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to stop here on this video. So actually, I can take all this shit off. I'm gonna be done grinding here for a little while. So what happened was, a good friend of mine's got a logging operation. Well, it's his, you know, he just logs by himself. He's got a slasher, and he needs 2 brass bushings, and I was supposed to do them a couple days ago, and I just happened to think of it while I was doing this. So I got 45 minutes, actually only a half hour. I got to be out with Carol at 9 o'clock, and it takes me 10-15 minutes to get the dogs, you know, corralled up and harnesses on and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop on this. I'll work on this again this evening. That'll be the next part of this video. So there'll be several hours in between. But I like the way it's looking. You know, this is going to be just about a little bit of a proud area here, but this is all consistent casting. Probably, you know, 7/8 of an inch thick. So we'll just kind of cut that right off, right up to here, and come right up, come right in, and come right out. I noticed on all of the, well, we might actually come out here and across. I noticed on some of the D's, they leave this lip on it. You can see it right on top of the engine. And it may be handy to put the throttle on, because somewheres we're going to have to bolt some stuff. So I'm thinking if I leave these 3 bolts, and of course I can, you know, as long as it's a flat area, which this is all machined on this top all the way right to there. So I got all machined surface here to tap and bolt stuff. Well, we got the back of this thing off. I got to still break this piece off. It's mostly cut. I got to finish cutting right there, but I couldn't get in there. I finally got the damn thing off. It's hanging there, and yeah, now I can start, you know, flushing this stuff off, making it look good. Once I get this all done, I guess the next thing to do is going to be welding up that cover right there, which will be a pain in the butt, because I'm going to actually weld cast iron to steel, which isn't a big deal. I'm going to do it cold. I know a lot of people that are welders would probably throw everything in an oven and, you know, but I'll just take my time, you know, weld a 1/2 inch over here, 1/2 inch over here, and leave it for a half hour. And just, I got plenty of time, so I'll pick at it and get it welded in cold with 7018. We'll get that done. And then what I'll do when I get it all done, I'll weld this with this up proud about a 1/16. Then I'll clamp it down in the mill machine and I'll flush it all off. So I got a plan with that. I think it's going to work good. And, well, yeah, you can see the prick punch marks. I set this board up. It's just a clapboard with a square end. And I made that first mark right there. It's 1/2 inch. And I just went across with it flat until this edge here hit that cover. And then I prick punched out there a 1/2 inch, so I'd have a 1/2 inch of extra metal. So anyway, I'm going to get back at it, and I'll show you what I get done here in a little bit. Well, all I worked on this thing today was, from the time I started taking that back off till right now, it's only been about 45 minutes. So it's not coming bad. I got this side here fairly well dressed up down to here. I got to take the whiz wheel and, you know, knock some of that off, knock some of this off. This got to be knocked off with a whiz wheel. I mean, you can grind it, but it takes a long time. So I'll score it on the bottom and snap it off. And yeah, get in there so the GoPro will focus on it a little. You know, this whole ridge got to come out. And we got quite a lot down here to come off. We got to draw a line kind of like that with a whiz wheel. About like that, something. We'll feel it out as we go, but that's fairly thin right there. So, yeah, had my hands all clean. Couldn't leave it alone. Anyway, yeah, so we're gaining on this old girl. You know, the only bad thing about trying to convert one of these to a power plant like the W is that you can't shorten it up, really. You know, those W111s there, they're shortened right up. You know, they're way different, but it's all right. We'll get her on a set of skids, and it'll just be a power plant, and, you know, we can say we did it. What else do you do stuff for, huh? So anyway, hope everybody's keeping safe, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one on this project.